How would you describe the last 3 months of your life right now?
Yeah, it's a crazy time. Yeah, man. I'm only focused on now, man, and it was good to be back home and around my family, and yeah, man, I'm very excited for this opportunity.
Can you talk about why you wanted to leave Tennessee and what drew you to UCLA?
Yeah, ultimately it came down to me, wanting to be back home. Be back home next to my family while still competing at the highest level, and that's what UCLA provided for me. And yeah, man, I'm excited for this opportunity. I can't wait to go play for Coach Fox.
Did you consider UCLA at all coming out of high school?
Yeah, UCLA was the California school that I did consider. Obviously with the old staff that was here with Chip and him. But yeah, man, it was definitely in my decision for sure.
What's been the best moment? Sorry, what's been the best moment in the past 3 months? It's really been like, this is why you wanted to be here.
Yeah, man, I think just being in the locker room with the guys, man. They're very welcoming of me. The whole staff, the whole strength staff, Coach C-Mill, really all of them, Coach Brash, Coach Sweat, and Coach C just been prepping me, and I've never been pushed, like this by a staff before. So, yeah, man, I'm excited to go to work for these guys.
And I know a lot's been written, a lot's been said about your exit from Tennessee, but you kept quiet on social media. I don't think you've addressed any reporters since then until today. Is there any one thing that you'd say is a big misconception or just something that's just flat out wrong that's kind of been going around?
Yeah, man. I'd say that my decision to leave was extremely hard. One of the hardest decisions that I ever had to make. But family was the biggest thing to me, and a lot of things about financial stuff. It was never that. It was me getting back home closer to my family and playing at the highest level with my family support. So, our Samoan culture, we're always together, and that was a very important thing for me.
What does it mean to be playing with your brother again?
Man, it's great, man. I love playing with my little brother, man. I played with him, throughout my high school career, throughout our youth. So, just getting him back in the QB room with me has been great, man. I've been trying to be a helping hand, anything he needs. So, it's been fun, man. We're gonna have a fun year.
What does success look like for you this season?
Success for me looks like, we want to bring championships back to Westwood, and that's our main goal. Coach Foss and our whole staff has set expectations for us that we're going to meet. Everybody in the locker room truly believes in one another, and I love the bond that we got going on.
When did you, I guess, start to get settled in at UCLA, and what was the timeline as far as when you left Tennessee?
Yeah, I want to say I really got settled in during June. Yeah, during June. Yeah, was able to get in there and be around the guys a little bit more, and yeah, man, just to have them see my face and get around them more and let them recognize who I am and who I am as a person and as a player.
It looks like, oh, go ahead.
Did you get the playbook before you came so you could start?
Yeah, I got the playbook kind of like after I signed, I think. Yeah, and dove into that and trying to get all the details now.
What have you thought about the offense and working with Coach Sunseri?
Yeah, it's been great, man. I love everything Coach Tino has to bring to the table. Different verbiage that I'm used to, but it's a fun challenge that I'm excited for.
Do you think that the offense is suited to your strengths?
Definitely, man. I love the offense that I'm in right now, and I love the offense that I was in last year. But this offense, I'm excited.
What are the main differences between what you were running at Tennessee and what's?
Yeah, I'd say just at Tennessee, we were a little, wider splits. That was our, our base thing, and I think over here is just, a little bit more condensed formations and, pro-style offense. I think that, Coach Tino brings to the table.
What's maybe the toughest thing about you're only going to have a month worth of practices before that first game, compared to, a situation at Tennessee where you already knew the guys and you'd already, started for a year?
Yeah, it's going to be tough, man, but I think, I've done a great job of just getting closer with the guys. Fall camp's going to help us tremendously. I think, just us being able to, grow our bond and, build a, stronger relationship with one another. So I think that's the main thing for us. And, our team knows that, what we want to accomplish and, we're locked in for that.
Any receivers you've kind of built a special connection with so far?
Yeah, man, the whole receiver room, man. We've been getting a lot of work in, man. Definitely Quasi, Mikey, though. Staves coming along, and yeah, man, there's a lot of guys in there. My guy Titus, and we got a couple guys that can go. So, I'm excited for the season.
Deshaun mentioned, going in, you already knew a bunch of guys on this team. Who are some of your closest relationships going in?
Yeah, some of my close relationships were, Scooter Jackson was another transfer that came in.
Another Long Beach
Aaron
guy.
Williams, he from Compton. He'll be mad if you say that. But Aaron Williams, my guy from Mobile. John I knew as a young pup. My freshman year, my dad used to coach at St. John Bosco, so I used to see John a lot. When he was an older guy making plays, and he's crazy now that we're on the same team. Roderick Pleasant was another one of my guys. Anthony Jones was another one of my guys that we played with. There's a lot, man. There's a couple more guys that I'm probably missing, but yeah, man, it's been cool.
You obviously had a great season last year. Went to the CFP. I mean, do you have any sort of sense that UCLA can do something similar this year?
Yeah, definitely, man. That's our whole goal, man. Is making that. Bringing championships back to Westwood is our main focus, and we're gonna do that.
How does Deshaun Foster's pillars of discipline, respect, and enthusiasm align with your values and your kind of?
Say that one more time.
How does Deshaun Foster's pillars of discipline, respect, enthusiasm align with your values and missions?
Yeah, great, man. Coach Foster has a very set thing on what he wants to do, and man, I'm just glad to be a part of it. So, I'm listening to Coach Foster, listening to the whole staff, man. They bring a lot of great things to the table, and I'm taking everything and learning every day for sure.
Obviously, the Big Ten's a tough league, but you just came from a league that's tough in its own right, the SEC. What did that do for your maturation as far as playing in a tough conference like that, so young, and then having the success you had?
Yeah, playing at SEC is a tough conference, but I think everybody brings their own things to football, man. I think Big Ten has their own thing, their own traditions, and yeah, man, I think it'll prepare me. But I think the best players in the country playing the Big Ten too, so I'm excited for the challenge, and I can't wait.
Has Coach Sunseri made it a point to emphasize, I guess, the development that he's had with first-time quarterbacks in the system and the way he's been able to kind of get instant results?
Oh yeah, man. He's definitely emphasized that on him being able to do stuff with quarterbacks in 6 months and a year. So, man, I'm glad I got Coach Tino as an offensive coordinator, and I'm excited to go to work for him.
I saw the number 9 on the roster. Was there any conversation about trying to get that number 8?
Yeah, it definitely was, man. Unfortunately, things didn't go right, and I couldn't get it. So, I'm blessed to wear 9. I got 7 siblings, and both of my parents. So, I'll represent all 9 of them for sure.
Has there been anyone, whether it's a teammate, coach, somebody on the staff, who's been particularly helpful in your early transition?
Yeah, Coach Foss, Coach Tino, and then the whole strength staff, man. Coach Corey Miller, Coach Tesso, Coach Brasher, and Coach Sway. Have all been great helping hands to me, and yeah, man, I couldn't appreciate them more.
Getting back to your brother for a second, what are your thoughts on his readiness to be kind of QB2 and take over or get in a game and in a key situation and contribute if he needs to?
Yeah, I think he's ready, man. Obviously we're still prepping, getting it right during camp, and yeah, man, he'll be ready if his number's called.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Nico.